one of the things I had to deal with a lot over the last few years is AAU basketball. Now, AAU basketball is pretty much kids playing basketball, but not in school. Like children basketball, just not in school. And over the and I never played it, but I've seen many of my family members a family member, and I've seen many of my friends play it. And over the time of watching a bunch of AAU basketball games in person and being at tournaments, I realized AAU basketball is just children gambling. It's just parents gambling on their children's future. You know, what you have to do, first of all, how you get into an AAU team. Normally, like in the suburbs, like say for example, I live in Houston. In the suburbs like Houston, they have these big warehouses that have basketball teams or basketball courts. These normally facilitate AAU teams. Sometimes AAU teams are like at schools. Then the the parent has to pay for training. They have to pay money to even get into the thing. I've seen sometimes parents have to pay money just to get like certain courts, certain areas. It's pretty much just running your money, running money at their parents' wallet because their kid has at least has somewhat of a passion for basketball. So then, after all that training, you might have to spend more money to train a lot. So then your kid can get onto the AAU basketball team. Now, for at least the ones I see, each grade has that one AAU basketball team of the best kids in that grade or that age pool. And these kids pretty much, a lot of these parents, what they do is rig money, or spend a lot of money because you first have tournaments in your city, like at high schools in your city, and then you start to go all over, around your state or just even around America. You go to San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, Fort Worth, and then even some points get to like if your team's good enough, you'll get to like North Carolina, Indianapolis. I had to go to North Carolina for one of these things. And to summarize it, you're pretty much just spending a lot of money on one singular thing, the hopes and dreams of your kid going to the NBA. So a lot of these parents, instead of focusing on their passion, they focus on if their kid wins enough, if they can spend enough money to increase the chances of their kid winning, then maybe they can go to the NBA or go to college and then go to the NBA so they can get that money back through like because the NBA pays guaranteed contracts and they make a tons of money. So it results in a bunch of craziness going on. And I realize that a lot of these parents are actually more invested into the game than the kids. Meanwhile, the kids are just trying to be able to even play, like not get injured. The parents are focusing on who will win, how can they win, what can they get from this. So during the games, the parents will be yelling at their kids. Keep in mind, these kids are 10-year-olds. So a 10-year-old makes a mistake, right? They expect this kid to play like he's an NBA player. But a 10-year-old makes a mistake on the court. They start yelling, losing their mind. Some of these parents will be yelling so loud you can hear them from across the warehouse because these tournaments are normally in warehouses or convention centers or in high schools. You can hear them across from the place. They be cursing at their child out loud. They be losing their minds. I've seen parents argue with referees, um, argue with their kid during the like a kid would talk back to their parent during the game. It's very toxic. There's no and it results in a lot of kids. For example, one of my family members losing the passion to the game because there's always a bunch of pressure put on by the adults for them to win, and then on top of that, the kids either start start losing like they stop being focused or they might start arguing back with other kids, start fighting with parents, with other kids, referees. They start becoming like the parents, unruly and not professional at all, or not even like really caring about the the, the passion of basketball. And then there was one time when my family member they won the championship. It's like a buzzer beater. It was like they come back in the championship game of the tournament, or they're part of the tournament because there's multiple tournaments in one tournament. It's a lot. I can pretty much explain this for like 5 minutes, like the rules to it and all that. But it's a bunch of tournaments in one tournament. He won one of the tournaments, and when he won, the kids weren't even celebrating as much as the parents. The parents ran out the seats, started jumping around like, "Yay, we won! Let's go, we won!" The kids they were jumping around. They weren't as jumping around as much as the parents. Like the parents weren't even playing. and they were worrying more about the game than the kids. And it just shows that it's so much of an investment. The parents become more involved into the game than the kids. They care more about the game than the kids. And I believe it's gambling. It's kind of like how sports bettors try to influence things. They try to manipulate things. Like a lot of some sports bettors are referees. They will bet on the game they're refereeing, so that they can referee the game terribly, so the team they bet on can win, so they can get their money, which is crazy. Because I mean, you already get paid enough from the whatever league you're doing, but why were you? That doesn't make sense to me. And then so normal sports bettors, they will manipulate things in, into try to help them get a chance to win or get their return in investment. Same as AAU tournament parents. On top of that, a lot of AAU is just rigged. Like they're they play biases. There's a lot of like NBA players that have AAU teams, and it's a lot of biasness toward like the media using social media. They will only show certain players. They'll like manipulate the media and show only certain players online. So that player might there might be a player better than them, but because the player is being shown more online, there's a better chance of the getting recruited. You know, and it's a lot of hidden money thrown under the pool. It's a lot of manipulation to get your kid to the NBA. And the only goal is really to get your kid to the NBA, which about 99% of the kids you see at these AAU tournaments, if you go to one of them, are not making it to the NBA. Maybe college, not even really college. So they're just doing it for fun. And AAU basketball, I feel like takes all the passion and all the drive to actually play basketball and just makes it this money hungry business that um is not that really only satisfies the parents more than or satisfies the parents a lot more than the kids. It's like betting on kids. But that's all I got for today.